It's a G life, swerving in a G ride. Who bang, homie, clutching on the 4-5. Don't ever slip, cause you do, boy, that lead flies. Cause at the bottom we stay hunting in that moonlight. You hear the click, you hear the bang when we pass by. This ain't a game fool, the riders really earn stripe. That's on the gang fool, forever on that main line. And it's a thin line, so homie better act right. We keep it active, really active up on this side. You hear the whistle as they're throwing up their gas signs. The crime rate in the hood always stays high. Banging for the bottle, trucha for the one time. We stay posted, drinking till the sunrise. We stay posted, drinking till the sunrise. It's that G life, swerving in the G ride. Who bang, homie, clutching on that 4-5. Don't ever slip, cause you do, boy, that lead flies. Cause at the bottom
G-File.
Also, right here in South Central, we have one that I know for a fact it used to be a tagging crew. It's M.O.D. Not M.O.D, that's M.O.T. Now, M.O.T. was a tag banging crew it was a tagging crew that was roughly around since the 2000s. Now they write 1-3. That's what they write. That's what they say. Now it stands for Barrio Moteros, meaning like potheads, like smokers, you know, moteros. That's what they write. That's what they say. Now, I can't confirm that they're 1-3. You know what I mean? It's one of those things I can't confirm it. That's what they put. That's what they say. You get what I mean? They even have clicas now, I was told. But yeah, before I know that it was a tagging crew, you know, located you know, near the west of LA, almost by Jefferson Park, you know what I mean? But now, you know, they claim, you know, moteros, and, you know, they do spread out throughout South Central as well as the west side. You know, it's like you know, they don't have a specific location. They kind of just tend to drift around those areas doing their thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's who they are, you know, if people see it up, and that's who they be, and holding it down right there, you know, that's M.O.T. Another neighborhood that you have right here in South Central is the Barrio South Central, Southside Locals. Now, Southside Locals is one of these neighborhoods that spread out through all over the place. But I was told that they're different neighborhoods. You feel me? Just happen to have the same nickname. You know what I mean? Southside Locals is another set that's right here in South Central. Roughly a more smaller set located on Westmount, you know, on the South Central portion. You know what I mean? Their neighborhood was located between 93rd Street and 90th Street by Normandy and Vermont. You know, you could say like where it's the A-Trade Gangster Crips neighborhood. That's where you can find the Southside Locals. Roughly a more smaller neighborhood. You know what I mean? You roughly don't see them up as much. You know, they were always roughly a small clica that was started right there. I was told since roughly around the late 90s, early 2000s is when this neighborhood was established. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, homie, even though they may not be as large and as old school some of these other sets, that's what they be right there representing for theirs, and you know, like, you know, holding it down for their neighborhood and putting it on the map, you know. But that's what's up with the Southside Locals neighborhood right here representing. Another barrio that you have right here is the Barrio Vagos. Vagos, that's with a B. That's the BGS neighborhood, located right here in South Central. So there's Barrio Vagos, not to be confused with Barrio Vagos with a V. They're two different neighborhoods, have no connection with each other. You know, these ones are the ones that are located in you can find them in West LA and South Central. You know, they have different spots in Los Angeles and where they're, you know, where they're located at. They're roughly a more of a smaller neighborhood. You know, they're not that large. They're pocos pero locos. You feel me? How the term says. So, you know, roughly they're small in each location, but they be holding it down. You know, you do see them up. It's a neighborhood that you do hear about. Representing for theirs, right there on the South Central side. You can find them on 119th Street. Is where, you know, is their domain, their dojo, where they hold it down, where they be representing right there, you know, and holding it down to this day. You know what I mean? These guys are still active. You can still find them up representing and putting it down for their barrio and holding it down like that. You know what I mean? These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no pushover. Just because they're not as large as some of these other neighborhoods doesn't mean that, you know, people could just walk all over them. These guys will handle their business and they hold it down, you know, like that, and representing for their barrio. And that's the Vagos right there, holding it down. Another neighborhood that you have located right here in South Central is the Barrio USV, Uno Sinvergüenza. Now, I have covered them already here before on the west, but they do also have a clica right here in South Central. They have a clica, you know what I mean? And this won't be the last time that you guys will be seeing them on here, because they do have also one in Compton. So they're pretty spread out, you know what I mean? They were a tagging crew that became a neighborhood. You know what I mean? So they roughly don't really have a specific spot right there in South Central. They tend to just roam around. You feel me? But they do handle their business. You do see them up. You know what I mean? You do hear about these guys. And like I said, they just pretty much travel through South Central Compton and West LA, you know, through those areas where you can find this neighborhood and doing their thing, you know what I mean? But that's what's up with the Uno Sin Vergüenza right there, representing for their South Central portion of their barrio. And, you know, holding it down and putting it on the map, you know what I mean? Don't think just because they're a crew or they're not that large that, you know what I mean, that these guys, you know, it's just a neighborhood that you could just, you know, like try to come and roll up on. Like they go handle their business. But that's what's up with the Uno Sin Vergüenza, representing right there for theirs and putting their right up on the map. You feel me? But that's what's up with them. Another neighborhood that you have located right here in South Central LA, you have the barrio SCA. Now, SCA is one of these things where I can't confirm that it's a neighborhood. That's what they say. That's what they put. You feel me? Because I do know that they were a tagging crew before. But like I said, it's one of those things where, you know, I can't confirm it, but that's what they say, that's what they put. And the barrio SCA stands for South Central Assassins. That is what the clica, you know, stands for. And roughly a more smaller neighborhood, was a tagging crew since roughly the late 90s. But you do see them up, you do hear activities from these guys. Like I said, it's just one of those things where I can't confirm, you know, if they're a neighborhood, but like I said, you know, that's how they be writing it now. But yeah, so that's what the SCA neighborhood is. They kind of tend to not have a specific spot. They kind of just tend to float around the area. You feel me? You know, like pretty much like a crew. That's how they get down. But that's what's up with the SCA neighborhood right there, holding it down for theirs and representing.
Another neighborhood that you have right here in South Central LA, you have the barrio Bonsalo Street Locals. Now, Bonsalo Street Locals is a neighborhood that's been established right here since the 80s, is when it was established right here in South Central. Roughly always a small neighborhood. Their neighborhood is located on Bonsalo Street and 65th Street. That's home base for their, you know, their domain, their main hangout spot where they be, you know, doing their thing. You know, roughly just a small neighborhood, because they just have that territory right there. But nonetheless, homie, these guys, they have the riders, homie, you know what I mean? These guys ain't no chumps. Now you can see it up either BXLS or BLS or BSL. Are the abbreviations in how they write it. Either ones are correct, you feel me? They just have multiple ways of writing it. You know, some neighborhoods, that's their get down, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're still right here representing it and putting it on the map for their neighborhood and holding it down, you feel me? Even though they're not as old school, as large as some of these other sets. Nonetheless, homie, they kick up their work and, you know, they put it down, homie. But that's what's up with them right there. Now, another one that you have right here is the ROB. Now, the ROB is a tag banging crew that's located right here in South Central LA. Now, they're rising up the ranks, you know what I mean? They're still, essentially, they're a tag banging crew, you know what I mean? But they're one that, you know, people need to, you know, keep an eye on, homie. These guys ain't no chumps, homie. These guys definitely put it down, you know, going at it with neighborhoods, claiming territory already like 110th. You know, gunplay and all of that. Everything that a neighborhood does is what they be doing. You feel me? Now, ROB stands for Real Ones Blasting, or robots. It's another term that they use. And like I said, they're a type A crew, but, you know, they do everything else that a neighborhood does. You feel me? So essentially, it's like a gang. You get what I mean? These guys ain't no chums. They go at it with other neighborhoods right there. You know what I mean? They don't let themselves, you know, they do have territory. Like I said, you know, it went far beyond tagging now, you know what I mean? But that's what's up with the ROB right there. That's who they are. Still essentially a type A crew, but hey, they hold it down for there, so I tip my hats off to them.